Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the fourth problem from the latest LeetCode Weekly Contest 205, problem name remove maximum number of edges to keep graph fully traversable. So Alice and Bob have an undirected graph of n nodes and 3 types of edges. So it is a graph which is given to you and Alice and Bob have to traverse over this graph. Now what you can observe in this graph here is the color coding. What does this mean? It means that there are 3 types of edges. The type 1 edge can only be traversed by Alice only. The type 2 edge can only be traversed by Bob only. And the type 3 edge can only be traversed by, like Alice and Bob both can traverse the type 3 edge. They are like color coded as you can see in this graph. Now what you are given here is you are given an edge vector in which the ith edge like help us to find out that this is a type 3 type of edge which is connecting the node 1 and 2, and you are given this vector which denotes all the edges, and then what you actually have to find out is find the maximum number of edges you can remove. Like you have to remove some edges such that even after removing those edges the graph can be still be fully traversed by Bob and Alice. So you have to remove some edges such that even after removing those edges Bob and Alice can traverse the whole graph. Like if you are standing on this, I can like go to any other node. So that's the question. If there is no path to travel all the nodes, so let's in the initial graph only there is no way such that I can traverse the whole graph, then you have to return -1, which means that it is impossible for the graph to be fully traversed by Alice and Bob. So that's the whole question. Now in always such type of question in which you have to remove some edges or add some edges such that they will form a connected component, DSU is used. Okay, I have already made 2-3 videos making you understand how DSU works. Like there are 2 or 3 functions in which DSU always work upon find operation, join operation, count operation, and like there are 2-3 operations only. If you understand those operations then DSU problems are very easy. Okay, so what you can understand in this question is, let's draw this graph to make it even more clear. So let's assume that I am not numbering this out. Let's draw out these 4 nodes. Okay, there is a node, red node is from 1 to, this is the red nodes. So I will denote the red nodes like by this fashion. Okay, so these are the red edges. Okay, now these are the red edges. There is a blue edges which is like this. So I will denote the blue edges by straight lines, and there is some green edges which is denoted by this, so I draw like this. Okay, now what you actually have to do here is, so let's assume that so Alice can only traverse with the edges which are like straight or this wiggly. So what you can see here is Alice can move from here to here and here, but this red, like this edge is waste as you can see. So what you can do here is, or like Alice can also traverse by this edge and this edge. So if I remove this edge, this is not beneficial to take this edge, because also if I remove this edge I can traverse from this to here. Also as you can see, if I'm at this point I will go to this and this using this straight line, so I don't actually need this also. And for Bob can stand on this. He cannot traverse on this, but he can go like this fashion and he can travel all the nodes. So now what you can understand in this question here is, because it is always beneficial to take the nodes which are common. Why? Because common nodes are the one, or the common edges are the one like which are used to travel by both of these persons. So, and because all the edges are different, they are not same, what you can do here is divide this graph into 2 graphs in which both the graphs first draw out all the common edges, because all the common edges will always be there, because they will help us to traverse the graph. Now this is for Alice and this is for Bob. Now what will I do? I will know that for the Alice graph I have these nodes, these edges. Okay, so now what will I do? I will keep on adding the edges in this graph for Alice, and such that Alice can iterate over the whole graph, and you will do this such that you will make a DSU in which you will count out how many components are there. If the number of components become equal to 1, which means that now I can travel the whole graph. Okay, so first take this edge. If I connect this, whether it is helpful, No, because this is actually a single component only. I don't actually want to connect another edge to make this connected because it is a single component. So don't add this edge. Now this one more edge, this. Should I connect this edge? This is also connected in one component, so don't add this edge also. Should I connect this edge? Yes, because these are different components, so I will connect this edge. Okay, now this graph is completed because I have traversed over all the edges in the Alice path. Then go for Bob. This is already connected. I only have one edge for Bob, so I will okay, whether connecting this edge is beneficial to make all the nodes like traversal. Yes, so I will connect this edge also. Now what you can see here is both of these graphs are formed in which, okay, I have connected some edges such that both will traverse. Now what you can observe here is I will find out what are the edges which are not drawn in both of these graphs, and that's the answer. Because I don't draw this node, so this node or like this edge is missing. I don't actually draw this edge is missing, and rest all of the edges are present in either of the graphs. Like check that whether this edge is present in either of the graphs. It is present in this, every edge is present, so only these two edges are not present, so the answer is 2. I hope you understand the logic part now. So we just do a DSU. I hope you can go, and I will link some DSU videos in my description. You can check them out first. So in DSU, what you actually do here is, if you have some component, let's assume that this is a component, and every node, actually every component have some parent. The parent stores the size of this component. Okay, so this is one component and this is one component. So what you will do, whenever you want to connect two nodes, such that I want to connect these two edges, you don't actually connect these two edges directly, because if you connect these two edges directly, then what will happen, like it will take a longer time. So what you will do, you will connect the parents of two components. So what you will do, if I want to connect these two nodes, I don't actually connect these two nodes, I will connect the component. I will connect these two components such that they will get mixed up. So I will connect these two. You will understand more with the DSU example. I will link down in the description box, because then the DSU example is somewhat different. You can understand how the DSU works. So there are 3 functions: find, in which if you are given some node, you will find out the parent. So how you can find out the parent? You will initialize 2 arrays. One array is for parent, and other array is for the size of that component. Okay, initially every node is different, every node is singular. So what you will do, you will make the parent of every node itself. So for the ith node, I is its parent. I plus 1 node, I plus 1 is its parent. And initially, because everything is singular, the size of this component is equal to 1. So every component is equal to 1. Then what you will do, if I want to find out, okay, what is the parent of 3? For the parent, as you can see, parent points to itself. If parent of 3 is this 2, the parent of 2 is 1, and the parent of 1 is itself. So what you can do, you can recursively traverse from one node to its parent. Okay, whether the parent of 3 is like 3 itself, no, so go to 2. Whether the parent of 2 is 2 itself, no, so go to 1. The parent of 1 is 1 itself, yes, so 1 is the parent of this component, and the parent of this component will store the size of this component. So what you can do, if you are given 2 components like this, and if you want to merge these 2 components, what you will do, you will go to their parent. The parent of this component is 1, a parent of this component is itself only. Then you're gonna merge these 2 parents itself, so that if you merge these parent, the size of the whole component increase, and because the parent will store the size of the new component, which is the size of this component plus the size of this component. The size of this component is already stored in this parent, so it's very easy. So okay, so that's the whole logic by using DSU, connecting these 2 components and using out what is the final answer. And I'm gonna understand you more with the code itself. So first, what you're gonna see here is I have made 3 vectors for storing out the edges. Okay, the first vector will store out all the edges which are of type on which Alice can move, Bob can move, and both can move. So I will iterate over the edges. Okay, if the first value is 1, which means that Alice can move on them, and because in this the nodes are numbered from 1, I will number it from 0, because 0 indexing is much more simpler. So like just like -1 in these edges on these node values, and then push back this pair in Alice, Bob, and both according to the type of type in these edges. Then make two DSU, okay, A and B. Now what you will do, answer stores the answer. Then what we can do here is, first what I have actually told you, we have to join. So what DSU means, that I have made two graphs which I have told you. First I will join these two graphs with the common edges in both the, so I will iterate over the common edges and I will join the first and the second node of the common edges in A and B both. As you can see, in both the DSU I am joining the first and the second like vector or the nodes actually, and then we are doing this plus answer. I will tell you why we are doing this. And then this is actually telling you that okay, I have joined these two nodes, whether joining these two nodes increments our number of edges. If so, let's assume that I have two nodes, I want to join these two nodes, but whether after joining these two nodes our number of edges will increase or not. Okay, so if they are not increasing, we don't actually join them. Okay, so also as you can see, like let's assume that we have three nodes, everything is both connected, which is of type 3. Okay, if I connect this node, then I connect this node, we don't actually have to connect this node because this node is not connected, because this actually forms a singular component only. Adding this node will not like help us in any way. So that's what we are doing. This plus answer will only increment if we add any edge to our map or in the graph, and then we actually form two graphs, A and B. Then we will iterate over the Alice edges and only join the graph in which A, for the A graph, which I have told you, because now in the first graph only join the edges for the Alice one, such that like you can traverse, or these two components are different, and then do the same for Bob. And then what you can do here is, in the end, if everything forms a singular component, my main task is everything for the Alice graph and for the Bob graph should be singular component. If even after doing all these joining it doesn't form a singular component, there are 2-3 components, then like the answer is -1. You have to return -1 also. So what you can do, take any node. Okay, take any node in the whole graph, 0 always present. So what you can do, take the 0th node and find out its parent, the parent of that node, because the parent node will store out the size of the whole component. And if the size of the whole component is not n, it is less than n, which means that okay, it should be equal to n. If it is not equal to n, it means that all the nodes are not connected. All the nodes are not connected means that it is not forming a singular component. So if the count of the parent node of the whole component is less than n in any of the graphs in A and B, then the answer is -1. Else the answer is the total number of edges minus answer, and answer is actually storing what are the edges we are joining in every step. In every step in making the A and B graph, how many edges we have joined to make all the graph traversable for Alice and Bob both, and this is the original number of edges which are given. So if we form the optimal answer minus the total edges we are given, we will get okay, how many edges we have to delete. So that's the whole logic, the code part. And then this is the DSO. I have made the struct function. You can make different functions also, in which you make a parent and a count vector, which I have told you, a parent and a size vector, a count vector, and then initialize the count vector with 1 and the parent vector with its I itself. Then there are 3 functions: find, join and count. Find function will find out the parent of any node which you have inserted. So if the parent of X node is itself, then the answer is X, which means that if the parent of 1 itself, then the parent of this whole component is it's 1. But if the parent of X is not equal to X, then what we will do, we will find out the parent of X itself. Like you can remove this part also. It's just a recursive function. If parent of X is not equal to itself, then we will find out the parent, like we will use the same recursive function for the parent of X. And then this is the count function. Count will find out what is the count of that whole component size. So this count will store the component size, and the component size is stored at the parent. So what we'll do, this function is actually used to find out the parent of any node. So we will find out the parent of X if I want to find out what is the component size of 3. But the size of this component is stored at its parent. So we have to first traverse it to its parent and then find out what is the size of this component. So we actually always have to find out its parent, because parent only stores the value. So traverse to its parent using this function and then find out the count of that parent, and join is used to join two nodes. So to join two nodes, we have to first find out that parent. We are actually told, don't join two nodes directly. We first go to their parent of this component and parent of this component. So first go to the parent of both of these components. If the parent of both of these nodes are same, then return false. False means that we don't join them. Okay, because joining or taking this node doesn't actually having some good impact. So because if this is a node, this is connected everything, if I take this edge also, then this is not beneficial because every node is connected by itself only. So what you can do here is then return false. False means that if I return false, it actually means 0, and we don't add anything, because in this, as you can see, when I call the join function, if this edge is not this edge is not joining, then it will return 0 and answer will not increment because I am not joining any edge. But if both of these are different components, then only we'll join. And for joining, we will always join. So let's assume we have two components. One component is of size 5 and the other component is of size like 100. So it's always beneficial to join the smaller size component to the larger size component. So find out the count for the first component and the second component, and then we will join the smaller component with the larger component. That's how we are joining them, and then return true, because after joining this component we are actually incrementing one edge, and if we increment one edge, we'll return true, that okay, we have incremented one edge, increment this answer by 1, and then that's the join function. I hope you understand the logic for all the three questions as well as the code of the problem also. If you still have any doubts, mention down. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding. Bye.